What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Dose RC coming at you with another video. We have the Monster Max slash finally completed. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Monster Max slash monster truck. I took the front and rear bumpers off. I was fitting the body on it. So here it is, guys. Check it out. I'm gonna remove the camera from my head and show you guys a close-up of this beauty. Let me see. So we have what do we got? So before I go into the upgrades, let's go over what this is. This is a Max slash Traxxas Max slash chassis with wide max suspension and max front and rear bumpers. That's it. So let's see, electronics. We have a Team Corrali Torox 185 6S ESC. These are all red, like the color of the power switch, but I just went over some parts with the paint marker. So, and then for the motor, I'm running a Spectrum 2050 kV motor with an Arma heatsink on there. Servo is a Power Hobby 729 MBL high voltage brushless servo. That's amazing servo. So we'll start off in the rear. We have the GPM gear cover and motor mount. And then in there, you probably can't see, in here we have their suspension hinge pin blocks in the rear. There's also one in the front rear, but you can't see it because it's covered by the skid plate. And then we also have these GPM drive shafts, CVDs. And moving to the front, we have GPM servo mount, so you can mount standard 1/10 scale servos, because you know how Traxxas does their things. And then we have the top brace. Underneath that, we have their bell crank, GPM bell crank. And then down here we have the, let me move the bumper so you can see it, the hinge pin, front hinge pin blocks, also in the front and front rear, right there. Everything is 70/75. And then we also have the CVDs in the front from GPM. Pretty cool, guys. I am super happy with the way this build came out. And then on the ends here, we just have the updated hinge pins that go all the way through, and then you put a lock nut on it. I don't know if you can see that. Probably can't, it's too dark, but there's a little tab right there, very tiny flat hex, so that it clears the steering. And we also have them in the rear. I do have them for up here, but I did not install them yet because I have to remove the bulkheads, not the bulkheads, the shock towers to do that. So that'll come at a later date. And then for the battery tray, this is just an Amazon special battery tray, so I can run taller batteries, because I realized that none of my batteries, my 6S batteries, would fit. And then right now we just have a 5000 Ovonic with a QS8 connector. And that's it, guys. Stock 25 tooth pinion and stock spur. And as far as the shocks goes, what's on there right now is we got stock max slash front and rear sledge fronts. I do have the full set of the max slash shocks. However, what I think I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna try to use these for this build. These are for a Mojave 4S, but I'm not gonna use them on that anymore. So the top works just fine, but it's the bottom, that little eyelet, is too wide. So I gotta either Dremel out a little bit of the plastic to make it fit, or stretch it out. Either or. I think I'm gonna go with these. Is this the front? Yeah, that's the front. That'll give me a little bit more articulation, or rather suspension travel. But that's what it'll look like. But yeah, what do you guys think about this build? Leave it in the comments down below. I think it came out pretty sick. For tires, right now I have the Proline Badlands 3.8. These are not belted, but they look pretty sick on there. They're not too big and not too small. And then, last but not least, the body that I decided to go with, guys, is, let me move this out of the way. I gotta trim the body to make it fit over the bumpers still. Boom. This is the, what's this stuck on? This is the, why does it look lopsided? What's going on? Hold on. Go. All right, that took a little bit. All right, this is the Proline Chevy Silverado body, guys. This is for the Max, your standard Max, and your E-Revo. It'll fit on those RCs, but I did the measurements and it does fit on this. I just have to figure out a mounting solution now, and I think I've came up with something. I'm gonna show you guys what that is in a second. So I'm gonna have to cut around here to allow for the bumper brace. Okay. This right here interferes, so it sits like right in there, right? So you see how much higher it is compared to where the body sits. So I'm gonna have to either cut a square like that out of it, or cut slits, maybe like 3mm wide slits, so that it falls into these braces. I can't even think right now, guys. So yeah, I haven't decided which way I'm gonna go, but as far as the body mounting, I'm gonna have to do the same thing in the front. Either cut slits or cut a square off the front end so that it sits over the braces. The body mounting solution. So I could have gone with the Proline Max body mounting thing, but I figured I would make my own. So what I'm gonna do is, I have these. These are Arma body mounts. So very long. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a hole right here, the diameter of this. I'm gonna slide that in like this with the holes facing that way, right? These holes for the screws facing forward. Slide that in like that, and then put a screw through the shock tower that way. Trying to do this while holding the camera. Let me put the camera back on my head, guys. Just bear with me here. Alright, here we go. Alright. So, drill a hole through the top of the shock tower. And then that'll slide in like that. One on each side. And then put a screw going in through here. That way. And that'll prevent it from you know, this thing sliding down or sliding back up. And then that's it. That simple. And if these things for whatever reason end up breaking because of the holes in them, I'll just replace them and go with a different mounting solution, but I don't think it's gonna break. So yeah, there'll be two like this coming out from the shock towers, and then two in the rear, and that is gonna allow me to mount the body the way I want it. And then after that, I just have to figure out how to mount the body over the bumpers, because it hit the bumper, the body bumpers hit these bumper braces. So I either got to cut a square or slits. I don't know yet, but that's what we're gonna have to do. But I think it's gonna look sick. And obviously I can't paint it right now because it's still winter, and I can't paint it indoors because my fiance will kill me because of the fumes. Or and I can't paint it outside because it's too cold and the paint's it's just not gonna stick. So I have to wait until spring. To be able to paint this body, guys, which is a bummer, but it is what it is. That's what you gotta do sometimes. But there she is. Let's bring her down off this stand so you can see how she sits. Check it out, guys. I think this thing came out really dope. I'm so excited. So I got the extra length from the max slash, and the width of the wide max. This thing should be a whole lot of fun. And I ran it outside already. That's why we have like these little white I don't know what you call them. There's like white residue. That's actually from the salt, because there's a lot of snow outside, and I ran it on the road. That's salt residue. But so I ran it outside, obviously without a body, on 4S, and it rips on 4S. Right now it has a 6S battery on there. I put these tires on it, and I held it in the air, and I gave it throttle to almost full throttle, and it blew out this tire. It blew out the glue. Boom. Luckily it didn't break the tire, rip it, but it did break the glue. So I had to re-glue this tire afterwards. The other three are fine. But that's how much power this thing has on 6S. Insane. So I can't wait to give it a good bashing. And super happy with it, guys. Super happy with it. It was fun putting it together from scratch. And she's rather heavy, believe it or not. She's just as heavy as like a Creighton 6S with a battery in it. So I'm pretty sure I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit longer than the Creighton. Why don't we put them side by side and see for ourselves. Let's put it on the ground. Alright. That's that. Here's the beast. Yeah, looks like it is slightly longer. If you look at the wheels, this one comes out a little bit over that one. In the rear, they're sitting side by side. But yeah, it's just a tad bit longer than a Creighton. Oh man. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's the build. Monster Max Slash. Love all the anodized orange bits on it. Absolutely amazing. And actually, I have my eyes set on another RC made by Losi. So I think down the road that'll be coming to the channel. But for now, we got this, and we have another build in the works too. That'll be coming up soon. So stay tuned for that video, guys. Here's part of that. Okay. So if you think you know what it is, leave it in the comments. This is a TLR shock. Those are the rears, these are the fronts. They still need oil in them, but I completed the fronts. Now I gotta finish building the rears. So we still gotta put those beauties on this, and I just realized that if I decide to go with those, I probably won't be able to use these shocks, and that's gonna suck. But oh well, maybe the caps will fit since they're both made by GPM. We will see. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I appreciate you guys. What do you guys think about this build? Leave it down in the comments. You think I overdid it? Do you think it was dumb to take a Max Slash and put a wide kit on it? I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about the body? Chevy Silverado by Proline. Let me see. Here it is. Those are just the stickers. I wanted to see if there was a picture of it. I could show you. Once it's painted. There's a part number and the description. 2021 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. That's weird. It says with extended body mount. Oh, it'll fit the Max with extended body mounts. That's what that means. It doesn't come with them. But I'm going to make my own body mounts, and then we'll go from there. Sadly, I won't be able to paint this until it gets warm out, or warmer. So, yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Keep on bashing. Those RC out. Peace.